Hey there photography friends, my name is Henry and on this YouTube channel I share the behind the scenes of my photography adventures.
Look what landscape photography does to us.
Some tips and tricks.
Then we've got the line coming in.
And of course, a little bit of banter.
Get a look at that.
Currently releasing one video per day over the Advent period. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell so that you don't miss any of these uploads. Now let's get into today's video.
Ladies and gents, stick with me for the time being. We are out here in the freezing cold. It's -4. The bag's dumped in the back of the van. I'm well outside of my comfort zone. But we're photographing the frigging northern lights in the Highlands of Scotland. Or we're trying to at least. Oh, so I've just got to grab another shot here. Oh, this is utter carnage. To be honest, for the most part, I don't really know what I'm doing here. This is definitely not my forte, but what I will say at the minute, it's working. Things are working. Oh, I've been out 3 times this evening. It's now 12:30 in the morning, and it's all coming together now. We're getting the Aurora on the back of the camera at least. I'm just trying to do a pano, 1 sec. But yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to show this with you, but stick with me because at the very least, I'll be able to show you some decent photographs or some photographs, let's say, of the Aurora here in a Sint. I can't think of anywhere else that I'd rather be photographing this right now. This is incredible. What a treat, man, what a treat. So, of course, to photograph the Aurora, to even get an opportunity, so many things have to come together. Firstly, obviously, you need the Aurora, you need the activity up there. Secondly, probably more importantly in this part of the world, like it needs to be clear. You need the clear skies, and we've got that as well. It's a beautiful night. Hang on, got to take another shot. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful night, and I've just pulled over on the side of a big A road here. I used the Ordnance Survey maps. I'll pop up on the screen here. Just found a little viewpoint. Put that into Google Maps. Drove here from Ullapool, about 15 minutes. Left my cabin behind, my nice warm, cosy cabin. And here I am now, taking a pano, looking back towards Stackpolly. Oh, so like I said at the start of the video, completely and utterly out of my comfort zone here. I've had to do loads of test shots just to try and get the settings right. To be fair, first thing that I've had to start off with was focus. Of course, I have to get that focus right, and it's not like being on the side of a mountain like usual for me, smashing autofocus button and job done. It's complete and utter manual focus. Oh no, my memory card's full as well. I'm having to delete all the photographs. Nightmare, that'll do. So yeah, focus, manual focus, and I've just tried to find a star right off in the distance, magnify right in on the LCD screen, and then just slowly adjust that focus the best that I can until that star is as small as I can possibly get it. And all I'm really going off here is, when I first started getting into landscape photography, I lived in New Zealand and I was on the South Island. When it all first started kicking off for me, man, this Aurora is looking good. And for some reason, I was mad into astrophotography. And for some reason even more, I've just never done it since then. So fortunately, you know, I've still got a few of those techniques in my mind from all of those years ago, man. But yeah, once I got that focus set in, it's all about just trying to find the right settings really. And I'm set with a 20-second exposure at f6.3. I don't have a choice. I haven't got the best lens in the world for astrophotography or shooting the Aurora as it is this evening. And on top of that, I'm zoomed in. What am I at? Yeah, about 90 millimeters, man, because I'm doing like a zoomed in panorama of all of these, well, as many of these Ascent mountains as I can get in, Ascent Koigak area here. And this is the best that I can do from this location, but honestly, it's looking so good on the back of the camera. I'm so excited to show you this. So this is the first image that I'm going to come up with here. I do not know if I'm going to be showing you something pretty cool here or just absolute garbage. I don't know. Fingers crossed it's something cool and not garbage. And fingers crossed I've got everything like the focus and settings to the best that I can. I should also say the ISO is bumped up as well. to ISO 3200. Oh, I've never crossed the old fingers so tightly in my life. So I've just plonked the tripod on the back of the seat because I'm going to move on. I mean, I don't know this area too well. Obviously, it's not my local area or anything like that, but I do know that this big main road here has got a few little vantage points, and I know there's another one. I think it's only a couple of 100 meters further down where there's actually a loch right on the side of the road. Imagine if I can get some reflections or something like that. I have to give it a go because I think that no, I don't know what I'm showing you here, like middle of the night, but I think I've exhausted this particular spot. And I mean, judging by what's on the back of my camera, you've just seen the images. I don't think I can get any better than that. So, time to move on a little bit further down the road. Oh my gosh, ladies and gents, I hope this isn't a really horrendously boring video of me chatting away in the middle of the night, but I am knackered, but I am so incredibly excited. For me, it's once in a lifetime stuff. This is once in a lifetime stuff. Like I was just saying, I think so many things have to come together for this to work, and here I am. Right, I'm going to go a bit further down. Fingers crossed we can get something a little bit different, and maybe some of those reflections. Let's see. Oh, let me turn my head torch off so you can see me. No good, no good. You probably can't see in the background there, but it's all trees. And I'm just walking along this big main road here. It's grim, it's no good. So I'm gonna rush back to the van. And I've got a tiny bit of a plan B. Thing is, the Aurora might have gone by now. I don't know yet, but I've got to give this a shot. The other place that I've got in my head a very small knowledge of this area is maybe about 10 minutes drive, and like I said, I've just got to give it a go. Oh, so I'm here. I've just got to get down off this road and I suppose see what we can find. You know what's so hard about this? I mean, I've instantly gained so much respect for people that photograph at night, astrophotographers, is I can't see. So I still need to compose photographs, you know, it's not like I'm just pointing the camera at the Aurora and hoping for the best. I've still got to, like, with my head torch on, try and find something interesting. I just grabbed a shot, I'll put it up on the screen. As soon as I jumped out of the car, the van, the Blue Jay, I chucked the tripod down and grabbed a quick photograph just to see if the friggin' Aurora was still there, to be honest. And it was, and I thought it was a fairly decent little shot anyway, looking down the road, at least for just myself. You know, I think there might be a traffic cone on the left-hand side. It's my favourite part of the composition. But no, I suppose that'll be a nice memory, the Blue Jay under the lights of the Aurora. Anyway, I've got to find this little path now. Hopefully we can find, well, I don't know really, it's just a bit of foreground or something, isn't it? Shooting back to those mountains. Ugh. What is going on there? Access to this area is entirely at your own risk. All right, let's see how this goes then, ladies and gents. Oh my gosh. So you probably can't see a thing here, like, but just there, honestly, there's like just a bit of a hill. I'm only about 2 minutes from that sign, and well, I don't know, I'm just thinking. I was looking on the map, saw a little path here. This is what I was saying, this is all I've got to go off. I don't know the area. Tiny little path that leads to kind of like the edge of the loch here, and I'm thinking maybe it leads to like a little beauty spot. I don't know. That sign's put me in like a bit of a fearful mood, but I'm going to get up to the top of this little hill now, go as far as what feels right, and give it a go. Oh man, I've never been so dedicated to getting a photograph. This is madness. Oh, ladies and gents, I've just taken a quick test shot. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Get a look at that. Get a look. Quick test shot. That's my eyes. That's all that is. I can't see a thing. That's the test shot from the top of this little hill. Oh, even I think that looks half decent, does it not? This is incredible. So all I've got to do now, I say all I've got to do, this is going to be tough, is just basically keep firing off sort of 20-second exposures, moving around on this hill a little bit. I don't know, changing the height, seeing if I can get anything in the foreground. This is so exciting. We've got reflections of the Aurora in this loch. So whilst I fire off a few exposures here, a lot of yous, oh yeah, that one looks good, that looks good. A lot of yous won't notice, but why would you know? I suppose if you followed me on Instagram for a long time, but I actually saw the southern lights in New Zealand. I'll pop an image up on the screen, and yeah, that was extremely special. That was, like I was saying earlier on in this video, that was when I was first sort of getting into landscape photography as well. And yeah, I think I was lucky that I was doing a lot of astrophotography, because I managed to sort of half know what I was doing in photographing the southern lights, you know. So, I mean, what a privilege to be able to see that I've seen and photographed the southern lights and the northern lights. And as well, I'll put the image up on the screen if I can find it. I saw the northern lights in Iceland when I was on my way to go and live in Canada, but I it was before I was into photography. Fortunately, somebody had a camera and they knew what they were doing, and yeah, good little memory. But this is extremely, extremely special right here for me. Scotland is a country that means everything to me. I never thought I'd have this opportunity to photograph the northern lights here, and oh man, I just hope one or two of these images just do it at least a little bit of justice. I'll talk you through what I'm doing here anyway. Oh, so I hope you can see me all right. Like, I don't know, this video's probably been a car crash, but honestly, this has been one of the best nights of my life, maybe the best. This is so special. Oh my gosh, there's a car. They don't know what is going on before them in the sky. Oh, probably just, oh, God knows where they're going. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, this photograph, I'm doing another panel. I'd say they are borderline just like panic panels. I don't really know what else to do because it's very difficult to compose. Whereas a panel, I can get my tripod level. I can level my camera with the electronic level, you know, just using the LCD screen, and then I can just like slowly do a panel sweep across the landscape. It's going to be a high resolution file and I can crop it and stuff like that, you know. Always going to be able to crop that forever, and it's working. I have tried a couple of shots as well, just in sort of like a normal landscape orientation, looking back to Stack Poly across, I think it's Loch Lurgan, and maybe they've worked out as well, but I think, maybe you see when you see the photographs now, but I think the Aurora is actually stronger than what it was before. Oh man, so you remember I mentioned that car a second ago? The road's ages away, honestly, like miles away, but the woman pulled up, the woman that was driving the car pulled up on the road and yelled at me, "Are you Eon? Are you Eon?" Eon is an energy company here in the UK. I don't know if she's been having problems with her central heating or something. Bad night for it, man, -4. I've stood there in the middle of this frigging enclosure, you know, where I was a bit scared after seeing that dodgy sign, shouting back to her, "No, I'm just photographing the northern lights." She shouts back, "Oh, sorry, love," and then drives off. Madness, man, absolute madness. Right, this might have to be the last shot because I am freezing and none of this feels real. None of this feels real anyway. So I managed to get down to the shores of this loch here, Loch Lurgan, I think it's called, and it's amazing. Just take my word for it. What's been great as well is I've had the head torch off for ages, and my eyes started to adjust. I didn't really say before, but I couldn't really see the Northern Lights with the naked eye. Just with the camera, I started to see it dancing above Stack Polly, man. Unbelievable. This is the stuff of dreams. Unbelievable stuff. I can't believe that this is happening to me right now. And it was actually helping me to compose a little bit better and stuff like that. But anyway, same again, really. I'm saying the same again. I've done a pano, I've done a few shots sort of zoomed in towards Stack Polly, trying to isolate him. And then the settings have been the same. ISO's 3200, f-stop as wide open as I can get it, depending on the focal length, and then 20-second exposures. I just hope that the images are sharp, that I've managed to manually focus on like a star properly, and that the lens is like all right. Like I said earlier on, it's not the best lens in the world for astrophotography and this sort of thing, but for me, you know, I think it's going to do the job. So look at this, I'm back to the van, Do not leave me just yet, because honestly, I think I've just got the shot, the hero photograph, and I cannot wait to get home and look at this one. But yeah, my tripod is just completely like frozen, seized. So that has got to be left to thaw. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the last photograph, I think it's going to be an absolute beast. I was on my way back to the van, ready to just get the heater on, go back, but I stumbled across this like channel, this little river that led out into the loch and into Stack Polly and the Aurora. It was unbelievable. It was the composition that I was looking for. You know, we had all the conditions, and I think I've got it. It was icy. Oh, I'll show you in a second, but just wanted to say thank you so much for all your wonderful comments actually regarding this Advent series that I'm doing, where I'm releasing one video throughout Advent, obviously all the way up till Christmas Eve, different photography location every day. This has probably got to be the best thing yet. I am stunned, but thank you for all your support. Please do hit the subscribe button, and yeah, hit the little notification bell to follow me along on these little adventures. And I really hope you like this last photograph. Thank you so much for tuning in. What a mad little adventure. I am absolutely buzzing and shattered and wired. I hope you like this last photograph. See you on the next adventure. Out.